What's going on, everyone? Today is a huge day for the Los Angeles Lakers. By the end of the day today, the Lakers could potentially be in a play-in spot. So the Lakers play the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are currently sitting at the 8th seed and are a game and a half ahead of the Los Angeles Lakers, who are currently in the 11th seed. The Pelicans and the Jazz are the other two teams in between the Lakers and the Timberwolves. But if we beat the Minnesota Timberwolves, we would have a full game on them in this matchup, which would mean that we'd only be a half game out of the 8th seed, and we would be moving into a play-in spot, assuming that some of the teams ahead of us lose. So the Thunder and the Jazz play. We really need the Jazz to lose that game, because then that would put them at 30. That would put them at 31 and 33, same record as us. It'd be nice if the Hawks could beat the Blazers, the Kings can beat the Clippers. That would put all these teams at basically 32, 33 wins. And then the Warriors play the Pelicans. Now, we have the tiebreaker over the Pelicans. So if we have the same record, we would be moved into the 10th seed. But the problem is that the Pelicans win. They would have 32 wins, 32 losses. They'd be at 500, which means the Lakers would be in that sort of like tied range, which, you know, ideally, we'd like to be solidified in that position, and then it's just kind of weathering the storm from there. But regardless, this is an absolute huge win for the Lakers against a tough Minnesota Timberwolves team. You know, we are without LeBron James, as well as we are without D'Angelo Russell from the latest news, and I haven't seen anything, at least at the time of recording this video, haven't seen anything that suggests that D'Lo is returning to this game. Last we heard is that he would not play in this game, that they'd be looking to have him return on Sunday, which we would need him Sunday. And Steph is supposed to be making his return against us on Sunday. So, yeah, we definitely could use D'Lo. Luckily for the Lakers, Karl Anthony Towns isn't playing, so that is another sort of benefit. So then all we have to really worry about is Rudy Gobert. Anthony Davis is supposed to play in this game. So it kind of it helps. You know, they're without one of their key pieces, but they still have Ant-Man. You know, they still have Rudy. Mike Conley has been solid for them so far. So they have a lot of pieces still that make this team a really tough team. This isn't going to be a team that's just going to lay down and just let us run and walk all over them. But this is a team that I do believe that we can beat. You know, we gotta keep guys in check, right? Gotta make it tough for Edwards. McDaniels, can't let him get too hot. Can't let him get carried away and too crazy. And Naz Reid, we gotta be able to match his toughness, his energy, his physicality. He is very impactful for this Timberwolves team. But in general, again, I just look at this. I think we match up well. We are at home, so just protect your home court. Also, we have guys that were Minnesota Timberwolves, like Vanderbilt, Beasley. That's why I wanted D'Lo to be in this game, because I really think that D'Lo would have stepped up and probably played a bit harder just because. But in general, right, like you have these guys that were Timberwolves that you imagine are going to want to come in and ball out, right? Would have been nice if we would have gotten the D'Lo homecoming. If we could have gotten to see, because I really do, I think D'Lo would have just cooked these guys. Seriously, cooked him some T-Wolf tonight. But again, unfortunately, he's not. I think Beasley, this is a real opportunity for Beasley, man. Go out there, go show, like, hey, yeah, you wanted to trade me for Rudy. Like, look at where we were at. All you had to do was right the ship and blah, 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 boom, splash. You know, talk your talk, do your mess, go show them. You know, have Jared Vanderbilt guard whoever he has to guard. Have him, use him as that tool to lock folks down. Because we need it. We can't play games. We just cannot. We can't risk losing this game. This is a very important game. We got the Thunder game. Now it's time to go get the Timberwolves game. And again, this is a team that is tough, right? I think Dennis Schroeder is going to be able to guard Mike Conley. I also think Mike Conley is going to have a hard time guarding Dennis Schroeder, so that'll be helpful. You're going to have that Rudy AD matchup. AD's he's going to have to play tough. He's going to have to play strong. And then McDaniels, I would probably put Vanderbilt on Edwards. Like make Edwards difficult. Maybe not in the beginning, maybe not right away because you don't want to wear him down, right? You don't want Vanderbilt to be exhausted chasing around the smaller guy. By the time we need him in the fourth quarter, he's exhausted. Um, so I probably maybe not immediately. Maybe you put him on McDaniels and you have McDaniels just basically be neutralized. So then it's just kind of Edwards, just trying to carry the load. That's something I could see that, and then just kind of run out, chase out on Edwards. But I would definitely come like late third, maybe fourth quarter, the latest. Like I think you put Vanderbilt on Edwards and you just say make him have to work, unless he's just ice cold and he's just having a rough game. If that's happening, then sure, So regardless, I think we have a real chance to beat this team, especially with Anthony Davis. With Anthony Davis, I think we have an absolute, like, he's gonna have to have a big game. The Timberwolves are not the Thunder. Timberwolves have a nice team, nice core. It does help that they don't have Karl Anthony Towns, but they've still been winning games without him, and that's the thing. They're still 32-32 without him. They just beat the Clippers. Granted, everyone's beaten the Clippers the last handful of games. So we're gonna need guys to step up. Dennis Schroeder, he's gonna have to eat. And Rudy Gobert, being the shot blocking center that he is, they're gonna try to make us shoot. We're gonna have to hit some shots. We're gonna have to pull Rudy out the paint. AD's gonna have to hit some shots. Ideally, try to get him in foul trouble early. Because you can. It's not that hard to get Rudy Gobert in foul trouble. And just, but I don't. But and then in the same breath, you might be better off going up against Rudy than Naz Reid. Naz Reid has been really good for the Timberwolves this year. Really good. Really impactful. And the Timberwolves are actually better with Naz Reid on the floor than they are with Rudy Gobert, which I think is funny. Because they traded like everything to go get Rudy. But regardless, Naz Reid, he's a guy that gets in foul trouble from time to time too, though, if you watch him. So both of their centers, they like to block shots. They like to be aggressive, right? So use that. I think Vanderbilt, Beasley, AD, Schroeder. I'd probably even go Rui in this matchup rather than Troy Brown. Although I do think he probably goes Troy Brown because I think he likes that matchup. But the only reason I would go Rui instead of Troy Brown is because they're just big. Because they even have Anderson. They have Conley and Edwards. Basically your standard point guard, shooting guard. But then you have like McDaniels, who's got some good size, right? He's got some good length to him. As like there's small forward, power forward at 6'9". And then you have Anderson. Anderson usually starts for him, and he's 6'8", 6'9". So I just think you lose size going with Troy Brown. But if you go with Rui, you could have Vanderbilt at the 3, Rui at the 4, and then AD at the 5, and now you match their size. You got a 6'8", 6'9", 6'8", 6'9", and then your Anthony Davis all have like insane wingspans. So I just think that and Rui was great defensively the last game. So I would match Minnesota size here. I would go with those two. I wouldn't even mind if they went with Mo Bamba this game. Have Mo guard Rudy. Problem is that I have my concerns that Mo Bamba fouls out like immediately. Like that's my only concern. Although Rudy's not like this great low post center. You know what I mean? Like he's not this just like juggernaut of a center. So that might actually be might not be a bad matchup. Maybe you go Mo Bamba, Anthony Davis, and then go Jared Vanderbilt. That could be something. And then so you'd have basically AD on McDaniels, which I think Anthony Davis can guard McDaniels, and then you have Mo Bamba kind of trying to hold his own against Rudy, and then you have Vanderbilt locking down Anderson. That could work. That could work. And then it also just makes things a lot harder for Edwards, because Edwards likes to get to the paint. He likes to get to the basket. So if you had that wall there, good luck, you know. So yeah, I kind of like that. But anyway, point is, our guys are gonna have to step up, and we have to win this game. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think of tonight's game? Do you think we get the win? Do you think we don't? Do we have to get the win? Do we not? Are you excited that we might be in the play-in? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below.